Joelicious
Kitchen. Yeah, Joe.
Yo folks, welcome to Joelicious Kitchen. Today I have a special guest, Corporate Joe, my good friend Kane. Why Corporate Joe? Because he has a cool corporate job and I'm jealous. Anyway, he's here to help me make Drunk Napoleon. He has no idea what this is because he just came here and he's just all in the dark, just like all of you guys. But this is what we're doing. Couple of seasons ago, Joe and Joe made shashlik, which was basically steak on the stick. Well, today we're doing steak on the stick again, but it's going to be the special drunk way as usual, Joelicious way. But it's going to be the cubed steak on the stick layered. So I'll explain you what is going on here. So we're doing the regular marinated in club soda, and this is going to be the beer marinade. So we used red, Irish red. Before you open that, you probably want to open the beer, and we have the bottle opener right here. There you go. We're having double IPA by Kabob Brewing, Double Joe IPA. And you might want to pour it right away because it starts. Well, actually no, this one's fine. The colder it gets, the better. And okay, there you go. It's strong stuff. It's 7% plus, and it's very hoppy and sweet. Cheers and beers.
Cheers and beers.
The champagne of beers.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Nice and sweet. So this is what happened before. Last night, I got in the kitchen and I sliced pork loin, and I sliced it. You're gonna see the video where I actually sliced it first. I took some bacon and I put all the slices side by side inside these bacon dishes, square bacon dishes. We're not gonna bake them, we're gonna use fire pit. And the fire pit was burning all day. There's plenty of coals in there, nice and hot. It's still hot, even though we're kind of starting it a little late, but it's still hot and it's gonna be cooking it perfectly. So slices of meat, pork, you can use beef, but the original recipe calls for pork fat going in between the slices of meat. We're gonna go a little bit healthier way, and we're gonna do just slices of pork, and we're gonna use bacon. So there is bacon in between the slices. Also, threw some spices on it, pepper and salt, of course, Joelicious way. And so this one has beer in it, right all over it. And this one has club soda. So it marinated for 24 hours, and now we're ready to start working with it. It's gonna be a little bit tricky and messy, so we will need gloves. We also need skewers like this. If you do not have giant skewers like this, you can use s'more sticks, but you will need to soak the hell out of them in the water, okay? So this is still a better alternative because when they're cooking, this gets really hot and it bakes the meat from the inside, from the middle, and on the outside too. So we're gonna use gloves and we're gonna start working with the messy meat. So this is how it works. We're gonna flip it over on the board. Don't mind the mess, it's gonna be messy no matter what, but the outcome is gonna be Joelicious, all right? So I'm gonna flip it over just like that, and you see all the meat is right there, just like that. I would probably, you probably want to do it like this way, versus.
Such as this way?
No. I would say this way, and then go.
Oh, got it.
Yep.
Got it.
It doesn't really matter, but I think
Either way, it's gonna be a mess.
it's gonna be.
Trying to do. All right. Oh, how about this?
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. Perfect. And like I said, don't mind the mess because all the liquid is gonna start pouring out.
This was done outside for a reason.
That's it. That's it. Look at that. That's fine. That's all fine. Just watch your toes.
Yep.
You don't want all that beer all over your toes.
Nope.
I mean, I know you don't mind smelling like beer, but okay. So now, lengthwise, these cuts are lengthwise. So we're gonna do one in the middle, just like that. You take the skewer and go holding this way, and just go right across, slowly, smoothly, right across. And it goes just like a knife in the butter, because this stuff has marinated. You might want to just go a little higher, like so that it goes through all the meat. So in other words, I took it out and I'm going higher now, and I'm just going again through all the meat. Try to go as parallel the board to the board as possible. So in other words, this is it. So boom, look at that. So now, next one, we want to make sure it's all right in the middle. Push it down like that. And we got next one going right through. So this is, think of it, you're gonna cut right here. There's gonna be two cuts. So you might want to leave like enough room here and here. So there you go, just like that. And the bacon is there. We want to try to make sure it gets through on the skewer, just like that. And again, if you see that it's coming out the wrong way, just pull it out and redo it. We want it to be perfect. All right, I think this one's done. And then another one, the third one. Very easy, very easy. The longest part is actually cutting the meat and putting the bacon in between, and you will see the video on the secondary screen while we're doing this, of course. There you go, like that, just like that, equal portions. Now the knife is nice and sharp. We're gonna cut it. So most of you probably have not seen that Napoleon cake that I am actually about to make at one of my Joelicious Sweet Sunday baking shows. But it's basically a layered cake with layers of puff pastry, I would say, layered with cream, so frosting. This shashlik or kabob is called Napoleon for the same reason, because it's layered just like that. Look at that. So now what you want to do is kind of push it down, go like this, maybe push it down like this, rub on this part, because this side, oh, the most important thing that I meant to mention was you take 2 onions and put them in the blender, and before you marinate, pour beer liquid or club soda over it, onion goes right on it. So you've seen it in the video. So just a reminder, this meat is so tender right now, it's ready to go right on the fire pit. So we're gonna start by probably taking the gloves off at this point and proceeding to the fire pit. All right, folks, just to show you what we got, this is it. This is it right here. So we're just gonna put it on the fire, over the coals. I would probably set it here and go one at a time. So these are the club soda ones, these are regular, those are the beer ones. We're gonna set them just like that, leaving enough room on each side, and it's already starting to sizzle. My trick is also, like, see, this is the marker to know when to flip them. This loop right there. So mine are down, yours are up. All right, we're good to go. Also, for the side of this dish, we're doing baked potatoes. Earlier, when the fire was almost gone, Corporate Joe wrapped those potatoes, sweet potatoes. You can also go with regular bacon potatoes, and he wrapped them in foil and threw them right in the coals. So they're actually getting there. So by the time, if you do that early, potatoes will be done right around the time the shashlik is ready. So Drunk Napoleon, we're gonna have it, right now it's cooking, and while it's cooking, we're gonna have some beers. We'll, well, the hands are messy, but that's okay.
You know what? It's all right.
Yep, cheers and beers.
Cheers and beers. Yes.
All right, the meat is sizzling. You can hear it, you can smell it. It's all over the neighborhood. So now we're ready to flip them because it's time.
It's time.
It's been a few minutes. So the heat is there. So we're gonna go slow and nice and smooth. It's gonna be tricky because even though these are squares, they are hard to, they're gonna be, maybe at some point, maybe push them together like this and then flip them. There you go. It's tough. It's gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough.
But it's very important to try to get these in the middle, so that way the weight is even. Right. But at the same time, you do the best you can.
Well, I was gonna say maybe use the other one as a, no, it's
hold it,
tough.
yeah.
It's tough. I don't know. I gotta figure out a plan. I gotta figure out a plan.
Oh, wow, yeah. It's really falling apart now.
Maybe I should, what I should have done, I should have cut them narrow strips as I was originally planning, but then I thought it's gonna be too thin and too narrow. And
There you go.
all right, so I think I've done this one. There's my mistake, folks. So adjust, learn from my mistakes. This is good. Well, I was thinking maybe using this one as a stopper. There you go. Something like that. So we want that other side to be, the cooked side to be up. And it's tough. All right, let me try again. See some bacon falling out. It's a little bit messy, which is okay because the bacon there is really to give it a flavor.
Yeah.
That is not good. So, all right, I think I just did it. And now this one is, let's keep it that way, status quo. You did yours better because yours are smaller. And
So
obviously
maybe
they're...
use 4 skewers for the bigger pieces. So depending upon the size you have, you might need 4 skewers.
What I should have done was, because mine was thick like this, I should have cut it in half, but then we would need more skewers.
Yep.
So in other words, folks, you don't want that that meat to be thicker than 2 inches. In other words, you will have issues flipping them. Well, I learned from my mistake. The meat should still taste great, but it's just one of the inconveniences. Yours will be perfect. Look at that. They're like one solid cube right there. So that's Napoleon, Drunk Napoleon shish kebab, or steak on a stick, or shashlik if you would. And we're almost there. It's getting cooked while we're drinking beer. Well, folks, we've run out of beer, so we're gonna refuel right now. So what we have right now is the Beer Pier IPA, New England IPA by Kabob Brewing. We're gonna open that, split this big boy, while shashlik is being cooked, and it's actually almost there. What you see right now is we have aluminum foil covering shashlik, because I thought this it was not giving out enough heat. So we found a compromise. We covered it with aluminum foil, and look at it. Look what it is. Voila! Look at that. Now it's nice and cooked through. We can flip them over again, but oh my God, look at that. Yeah, this one needs to be a little more time. This one needs, this one's done. This one in the middle, I think, can use another minute or so. I think it's done. I think
Those two.
this is done. All yours are done. I would say,
Those two clearly might need a little bit more. They're thicker pieces. Yeah, just like that. Yep.
and okay, well, this one right here,
That's probably done too.
and this
That
one
one needs
right here. Oh, no, actually, this is fine just the way it is. So, all right, we're gonna leave them alone for another. I say yours are done.
Yep.
We need,
All right.
those need to come off.
Need plates.
Put them on just like that. And that can go to the table. Oh my God, look at that, picture perfect.
That's amazing.
Picture perfect. And I'm gonna take a picture of that for the,
Absolutely.
yes. Look at that.
That
We can move those right in the middle. Slide them right to the middle. Oh, it smells so good.
really good.
All right, let's cover these guys up
Back up.
and give it a few more minutes and
Yep.
we're good to go.
Outstanding.
In the meantime, we're gonna enjoy some of this foamy, super foamy beer. It's just the way I like it. I like eating my beer other than drinking it. Cheers and beers
Cheers and beers.
to beer peer.
Yep.
This one's on the bitter side,
Yep.
but refreshing.
It's really refreshing.
Summer IPA. All right, folks, we'll see you at the table. All right, folks, Drunken Napoleon is done. And we have the club soda version here, which is the regular version, and the drunk version, the Napoleon drunk version. So this is the beer one, this is club soda one, and we got the beer. So, oh yes, and of course, we got the sweet potatoes. There you go, Joe. I'll take
Joe.
this mid-size. Want to try that, open it up. They're nice and soft, I can tell they're done. Look at that. Perfect, perfect. So now, what I would do, I would take some of the non-beer ones and put them on one side. So this is the non-beer ones. The bacon is done in there too. There you go. So you got the non-beer right here.
Yep.
And the beer is gonna be on the right. All right.
Sir.
Let me do that if you.
Do the honors.
All right. Just the way shashlik needs to be eaten is right from the skewer. We're gonna go a little bit different today because we need to try both of them. So we're just gonna go like that. Oh, I made a mess. That's okay.
Okay. Still tastes the same.
That's right. And it's right here. So let's try both of them and decide which one we like the most, other than potatoes, of course. So why don't we sit down, Joe?
Yeah.
All right. Moment of glory.
What a truth.
Oh, it looks so good. It smells so good.
Bacon.
So I'm trying the club soda one first.
I'm trying the beer one first.
Okay. The club soda one is very good. I already give it a 9. It's very juicy, tender, and the bacon does the job. Other than the spices and everything else.
Just say the same for the beer. The hint of bacon. Not overcooked. Cooked perfectly. It's not dry. Nice and moist.
Mhm.
Yep. Moist. Very moist.
Oh my.
Yes, indeed.
For some reason, maybe it's just me. I like the non-beer one a little bit better, so I'd give this one an 8. And the club soda one a 9. Maybe the reason why, because I used maybe slightly 2 different cuts of meat, so that could be the reason too, but they both taste Joelicious. I like them both. Just a little bit more on the non-beer one, which is unusual. I normally like the beer one.
I feel like the non-beer one got more into the meat.
Mhm.
You know? But that's what it tastes like.
Well, it's Joelicious regardless.
It is delicious.
Well, we're gonna have some potatoes too.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
Nothing better than sweet potatoes baked in the coals of a fire pit. Folks, today we made Drunk Napoleon, which is slices of meat on a skewer. Stay tuned, there'll be more. Oh yes, Joe, we got dessert too.
What's dessert, Joe?
You're about to see after this.
After this.
Well, folks, that Drunk Napoleon was awesome. But we got a dessert that we have to have right now with, of course, the best cappuccino made by this guy right here. And of course, the layered cake that reminds me Napoleon, but this is actually honey cake. You can see the recipe. You probably saw that in one of our Joelicious Kitchens before, but this is the honey cake. There's a recipe. I'm gonna post the link there for you guys to see it too. This is Joelicious, so we're gonna have to try that right now. It's layered. It's all about layers today, Joe.
All the layers.
Know what's the word?
Layers.
Endorsed. I endorsed this honey cake.
I also endorse the honey cake.
Hey, you gave me a heart.
Very good. Give me a heart.
No, that's a heart. I made it for you, and that's the butt. That's for me. Sorry, I'll drink my own heart. No big deal. Cheers and coffee, Faye. Stay tuned. Joe and Joe here. Joelicious
Kitchen. Yeah, Joe.